I was too sick to go to school for almost 2.5 years, and it was actually the Livonia Rotary Club that really got me back on track. There were a bunch of fine Rotarians that came and taught me and tutored me every week religiously, and I would not be able to do what I'm doing today if it were not for their help. So before I even talk about our book or anything, I just want to say thank you to all the Rotarians and all the good work that you guys do, because it has such a bigger impact than you even know. And so I just want to say that it's been such a positive impact on my life. So yeah, all right. So about Jesse and I, we're both actually from Canton, so we're local. We became friends. It was probably back in 2011 or 2012. It was shortly after Jesse had his brain injury. We actually we went to high school together. Now I went to Plymouth High, and he went to Canton. But if you know anything about PSEP, you'll know that nobody really just goes to one school. It's really if you've been to one, you've been to them all. And so we although I went to Plymouth and he went to Canton, we saw each other every day because we rode the bus together. And Jesse recently disabled. I've been disabled a few years prior to that, and so I hate to say that, it's kind of like a disability tutor, but I got to hang with him because I know work experience and that world in my time to show him around a little bit about that, and we became friends ever since, and we started hanging out, and we found out we had so much in common. We found out later on we were both very creative, that were a lot of important issues we wanted to tackle. We decided we're going to use our skills. We're going to do what we're good at, and we're going to use that to make a positive difference. And so that's kind of what has led us up to Ken. But around the same time that Jesse and I met, that was also when the SJ 5K began, and that has a big connection to the Plymouth Rotary. Specifically, I was going to let Jesse talk about that. So, Jesse, you want to tell them about how the SJ 5K started? All that? Yeah. Pretty
Alright, so when I had my injury, the Plymouth Rotary started to sponsor the SJ 5K, which my brother-in-law started to raise money when I got sick, and now they do it every year for other families that need help. And the Plymouth Rotary has always sponsored it. So thank you for that. When we started to make this book, Ian wanted to have Kevin wearing an SJ5A shirt. And I thought, not a lot of people would know what that means. But he insisted on it, so we put all the blurb in the back of our book explaining what the SJ5K is. So it just says it's a run that my brother-in-law started, and when I got sick, and how it helps other families now, and so, yeah, pretty much it.
So, now I want to talk a little bit about what was the inspiration for how did we come up with Kevin. So I'm going to answer this question a little bit out. First of all, to answer the question everybody asks when we first mention well, who is Kevin? And a lot of times you're like, hey Kevin, I like you. And I'm like, no, I'm not. But is he Kevin? I'm like, no, he's not Kevin. So of all the questions we get about this one, who is Kevin? And the honest to God's truth is that, right, neither of us is named Kevin, but Kevin is both of us. The thing is that the way we came up with Kevin Cam is that both Jesse and I, through our experiences as wheelchair users, we had a shared experience over the years where young children would be very curious, and they would always want to ask us, about our wheelchairs and about things we could do in better conditions. And parents would be mortified. They're like, I'm so sorry, maybe my kid be intrusive, or, sometimes parents just like pull away or whatever. And, one day, it was probably about 3 or 4 years ago at this point, Jesse and I were, eating lunch, and I said to him, I said, Jesse, let me know if you've had this similar experience. When you're out in public, do you ever find that kids ask you a lot of questions about their condition or about your chair? Do you find that a lot of times parents are kind of scared, that that's happening? And he, just said, yes, I've had that experience quite often. I said, kids aren't really learning about this stuff in school, and it's multi-generational. Their parents haven't really learned a lot about disability, and their parents haven't really learned a lot about it. And there's multiple generations that don't really know how to approach all this. And I said, what if we gave them a tool? What if we gave them a tool? What if we used our expertise to allow kids to ask these questions and have the questions answered by people like us who are actually, on the receiving end of those questions? And, Jesse does graphic arts, and I like to write, one of the best ways to teach multiple generations is through a children's book. Because not only do the kids read it, but the parents have to read it to them. And so we're like, we can teach multiple generations about this stuff if we create, a story that is geared towards young kids and the parents have to read it too. And so that's why we actually came up with Kevin Can. And truthfully, the reason we chose Kevin Can is just because we like alliteration. And we know little kids like alliteration too. It helps them remember concepts. And so, if anyone's wondering who is Kevin, why did you choose Kevin? It's just because of the alliteration and it helps kids remember it. But neither of us is named Kevin. I'm not Kevin, Jesse's not Kevin. No, we are both Kevin to some extent. And actually, there's multiple things about this book that are bits and pieces of both the lives. For instance, you'll notice on the cover there's a school bus. He's getting on a lift on a school bus. We chose that because that's actually how Jesse and I became friends, right? Because we met each other on the bus. And so that was why we chose that. If you can hold it up just with the Kevin on the bike. Tell them how much you ride.
I have a recumbent bike that I ride every night during the summer. I rode 11 miles last night.
Yeah, sometimes Jesse rides 10 to 15 miles in a day on his bike. And so we include, showing that Kevin, even though he's a wheelchair user, can't ride a bike, but he rides a different bike.
Yeah,
right?
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Kevin's riding a recumbent bike and Katie's riding a two-wheel bike.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I've seen other people use them too. They're not just for disabled people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So a big part of Kevin, of the story of Kevin, and it's really our story, is that disability doesn't have to keep you from having fun. It just changes the way you have fun. And one of the biggest concerns a lot of young children have is they see someone in a wheelchair, and they assume there's just a lot of things they just can't do, including having fun. And so we thought, well, what better way to show kids that people with disabilities can do a lot of things that they can do it differently by showing Kevin having fun, right? And on the back of the book, one of the things it says sometimes different is fun, right? Like, Kevin can do everything that you do, he just does it differently. And that's okay, right? And that's one of the big lessons we want kids to take away from school, is that it's okay to be different, to do things differently, to be friends with people who are different than yourself. And so, yeah, that was really what drove us to create that, And so, now it's opened up, this book has opened up so many wonderful opportunities for us. We've since started going to schools and various youth groups. That one in the middle, that was actually a Girl Scouts group we spoke to. We spoke at many schools, and we don't just read them our book, but we tell them our story, and we also give them we give them a period of time to ask us all their questions, their hardest questions, and we give them the best answers we can. And then we also, depending on the age of the students, sometimes we offer a part of our presentation that we call disability etiquette. And disability etiquette teaches young kids how to interact with people with disabilities, people with different disabilities, and most importantly, also how to interact, or I should say not to interact with service animals. In fact, we're working on the second book, and it's not out yet, but it's going to be focusing on Kevin's service club, and it will be teaching kids all about service animals and what they do and what you shouldn't do around them. And so that's a project we're working on. But it's not out yet, at least. So keep your eyes peeled for that. So anyway, this is our email. If anybody is a teacher, or if you have any kind of church group, or any kind of event where maybe you would like us to speak to the kids about disability-related topics, or read our book, this time you get in touch with us. So yeah, and then what else? I'll say before I move there. I wanted to also say that one of the funny things that we found, because we just started going to schools and doing all this within the last year, we've spoken at schools in Northville, Taylor, Vance, like all over the place. But you know what school district we haven't actually gotten to speak at?
Plymouth.
It's been very difficult. I've sent many emails to many teachers in the Plymouth School District, and it's like, hey, we love what you guys are doing. Never seen some materialize. But it would be awesome if one day we could speak at the schools that we went to. That's something I'm just going to put that out there. Oh, and then one more point. Not only do we teach kids about the disability etiquette stuff, but for the slightly older kids, like our middle school and high school age kids, we actually offer a presentation on authorship and the authorship process. So, like, how to do writing, editing, brainstorming, publishing, all that good stuff, illustrating. So that's a separate presentation we do, and we offer advice, and that's for the slightly older kids. So, and then, so also, like we're doing here today, we also do like book signings and book readings, where we'll go to things like Rotary clubs, we've done Lions clubs, we've done Lions clubs, Girl Scouts, we've done various local establishments, coffee shops, libraries, things of that nature, where we'll set up, someone will host us, we'll set up a table, and for those who either want to get their book signed or buy one, we offer that. And we enjoy talking to people in the community, and really that's one of our favorite parts of this whole thing, is that when we do book signings, just the different people that come in, we get to hear their story, we get to kind of, exchange stories and contacts, and get to know each other. It's just, that's one of the very kind of interesting and rewarding aspect of this whole thing. You just, every person is so unique, and you never know how it's going to change your day and your life. I mean, sometimes we've had book signings, and one person comes in, you talk to them for like 2 hours, and the next thing you know, like they're introducing these people, and they're introducing people. The networking aspect of what we do is it's so much fun. I really enjoy it. So yeah, if you ever want us to come do something like that, anyone in here, owns any coffee shops and bookstores or anything like that, we do that too. So yeah, we can do that as well. so if you're interested in getting your hands on one of these awesome books right here, there's a few ways you can do it. We have a table set up here today, back there. We'll be selling them for $10 to get up here today. But also, to support local businesses, we sell them at Elephant Your Books, right in downtown Plymouth. And we're trying to get into more local bookstores. We are sold on Amazon, but we're trying to get into more local bookstores, help support local businesses. That's something we're also working on. And yeah, so. No, there's one more slide. Alright, so social media savvy, you want to keep up with our events and our new releases and things of that nature. We also have a YouTube channel where we make videos. We talk about various disability-related topics sometimes. Well, we haven't done it yet, but we are working on some. We are going to do interviews with people who are either in the disability community or in the medical community, or like people who are related to what we do, and we're looking to get their stories and interview them for our YouTube channel. So, and there's knows anyone interested in that or is interested in that. So there's an email we can talk about. So maybe we can also set that up. But yeah, we just want to keep the stories out there. And really, our goal with everything we do is, it's not just inclusion for people with disabilities, but it's what I like to call integration. Because, you can be present and technically be included, but not do anything. And we want to go beyond just including people with disabilities, but really truly integrate them into society, because disability affects everyone. Anybody can become disabled at any time for any reason. I would say it's a spectrum. We're not a separate group. It's just a spectrum that everybody is, somewhere on at some point in time. If you live long enough, you'll experience disability either directly or indirectly. And so, we want to create a community, we want to create a society where, your level of physical or mental ability doesn't define you, doesn't limit you. We want to create life for everybody. That's really what we're doing. Disability really does affect everybody. It's not something that's just for us. It's pretty. I was telling June earlier, we were talking about universal design. And
I thought that we were like after you.
I thought that's what you was talking about. I like to take this up. But I'll say this real quick. I had a degree in mechanical engineering. I was talking to June, and we were talking about something called universal design. And this is a topic Jesse and I are passionate about. And it's something that we advocate for in our books. And what it is you may have heard of accessibility or adaptive, things. Those are oftentimes, I hate these words adaptive thoughts, but they're retrospective, in that they only account for disability after the fact. And we want to help people really kind of think about disability from the beginning, so that and everything that's designed and everything that's put forward, all levels of ability are taken into account from the start. Because I think when that finally happens, then everybody will truly be involved in the communities and be involved in society, and you won't have people on the sidelines. Because so many people are sidelined by things that we've created, right? Like we create spaces, we create things, and then, they don't work for a portion of our people, and then those people are sidelined, and then we go back and we change it. And we're trying to get things to be better from the start. So, that's really how what we're doing. Just like the Rotarians, we want to help our communities too. So, thank you so much for having us. Thank you, Deb, for inviting us. Thank you for being able to expand. We could not do what we do without hands like that, and without, one organizations like Rotary, we really are truly thankful for everyone's support and just the warm welcome that we've been given. So truly thank you.
Does anybody have any questions?
Yes?
We accept money. We accept money. Or you can just ask for the
Well, I'm not surprised that, Donna has brought you to it. We should build a statue of her. But I can personalize this, so we brought me a gift today.
Okay.
And so many of these people can return the gift, and I'm prepared to do that. But I want to make it, I was once in a wheelchair.
Okay.
And my whole world changed. Because when you're in a chair, people tend to press the person pushing you.
Oh, yeah.
You become invisible.
We're visible for our reasons. Oh, yeah.
So they're talking to somebody. So I would encourage all of you, if you see somebody in a chair, there's a real person there. Stop at that.
That's a very good point. Yeah, both Jesse and I can definitely attest to that. It's a very real experience. What was your name, sir?
David Miller.
David, thank you for sharing that. Anybody else have anything else they want to share?
Any questions? Thank you so much. Don't forget, they brought some books over on the table, so if you're interested in purchasing any of their books, they're right over there. Thank you so much.
Yes, and we'll personally sign any of them that result today. So if you want to address a specific person, anything like that, we'll be doing that. So.